Hello goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. And it's an episode of this week's Pipes that I was almost sure wasn't going to happen. But here we are. I don't mind telling you, it's been a wild week. You may remember last week I said we're getting our bathroom done, and so the normal schedule is just totally out of whack. But first, I'm smoking some Dunhill Dark Flake. That's right, Dark Flake from the Dunhill era, not the Peterson era. I've got a tin of that I've still not opened. I must do that. In fact, I will do that because that tin's maybe got a pipe full in. And then that's it. Fortunately, thanks to Travis, I've got another tin anyway of the Dunhill, so I shan't want anytime soon. But still, I must weigh up that Peterson version. To all intents and purposes, I'm sure it's probably the same stuff, but still. What the heck's gone on this week? Well, for a start. So, for part of having the bathroom done, we were without a toilet for 2 nights. So for 2 nights, we spent in a local hotel. That was an unexpected spend. Let's put it like that. Well, not totally unexpected, but we hoped we weren't going to have to. But then we had to. So there we go, 2 nights in the hotel that I hadn't really budgeted for. And then, because it was the last day of January, and January didn't want us to let us go without just one more kick in the pants, I got a nail in the passenger side rear wheel. And so yeah, had to go get that one changed. And while we were there, of course, the guy said, you know, these front two are right on the edge. And I had a look, and they were. You know, there's a line that goes across the tread to show you when you're at the minimum. And they were both right on it. So fine, yeah, do all 3. Who cares at this point? Yeah. Oh, what? You've only got diamond wheels. Fine, yeah, throw those on. Whatever. However, the bathroom's half done. And hopefully next week we'll see it finished. One lovely thing. Thursday I needed a change of scene. So I went and visited Mike at Blakemar Briars. I spent the morning rusticating a pipe for him. First of all, just spending a morning with Mike is just a great thing to do. Mike's one of my favourite people. And he was telling me like how Blakemars used to be when when he was a kid, like they'd get him staining pipes. So he's really been involved with Blakemar his entire life. Not consistently, I think he might have done other things before he then came back round to own it, but that was just a really lovely morning. I showed him how I do it. The modern way. But stained with using his stains, which are like these traditional Blakemar Briar ones. powder-based mixed with spirits. And you sort of like do bespoke mixes. And the pipe I was rusticating was a bulldog, and stained in this lovely, really rich red brown. Very nice. Apparently, he's going to host a do for the London Pipe Club very shortly, maybe even this weekend. So if you're one of those guys and you see a rusticated bulldog up for sale, that one's mine. Yeah. Alright. Alright. I'm just gearing down after quite a full week. Two pipes I managed to make. Now this is interesting. Sometimes you do a pipe and people nod appreciatively and make nice noises, and then you move on to the next and never hear about it again. And then sometimes you make a pipe and all of a sudden you find yourself flooded with requests for it. This somewhat happened with the Mandragora, with the slimline version that I did. The first one got snapped up. There was a request for a second one, which I did, and then I got a request for two more, and that's this week. So I'm going to show you two more Mandragora pipes, and I think I might be doing one next week. I haven't finally worked out the finer details, but I think I'll be making another one, which is fine by me, because they're a fun pipe to make. So we can encourage you out. This fellow, following just a slightly different colour palette. It's still the dark chocolate main stain, but instead of green, I've gone with a yellow top coat to harmonise with the olive Cumberland stem, which is the other difference. This one has, I normally do them with a moss green stem. Oh, that reminds me, yeah, I got something else to mention. And slightly more worked into the rim on both these versions, in fact. The original Mandragora pipe, the large, quite large version, the rim is heavily worked. But with the slimline versions, it didn't seem quite so appropriate. So I really wasn't working the rim quite so much. But after the first two, I thought, I think I want to do it a bit more than I have been. And so that leads to this version. As you might be able to see, the rim is more featured. There you go, first Mandragora pipe. Off to Singapore, to Pat. Hi Pat. I've got to say, Pat is an amazing customer. He's part of the Singapore Pipe Club, I believe. And he's been supporting, I mean, he's an amazing all-round supporter of pipe makers anyway. I think he's got an extensive pipe collection, but he's been a regular customer of mine for quite a few years now, and it's really lovely to have a customer that keeps appreciating what you do and keeps coming back. So thanks, Pat. Now, what I was going to say was, I was just looking at the olive stem, just reminded me. I found this week, actually, I found it while I was talking with Mike about, because he was wondering if I could make an amber stem that looked similar to this old stock that he'd got. So we were looking at the RAL colour system and found a reasonable match, a kind of reasonable match. Actual amber is more complex. You know that I've been there. It's translucent, stuff goes on. But anyway, I said, yeah, but the problem is actually you can't get these colours, these RAL colours. Well, you can, but you have to buy them in bulk. It's quite expensive. But as I was doing this search, a website popped up because of the colour that I was looking at. RAL said for that would work with the resin that I use. And I was like, really? So I went to the site and they do the entire RAL range. And I can use it in epoxy. I'm still a little bit unsure if it's true or if I'm just dreaming. But I've ordered some and I'll be trying them. Because I need something to replace the moss green, because both the moss green and the olive have gone and I'm running on fumes as far as those colours are concerned. I have a bit left, but not a lot. Probably in a couple of months, those colours will be gone. I've been eking them out, but anyway. Fingers crossed, should have a new supplier. Not for the translucent range though, it's just opaque pigment, but you know. A win is a win, I'll take it. And this guy is more like the other two that have made. So back to the green highlight. This one's got quite a front rim to it, and I liked it. I went with it. You just let that flow. Fits really, really nicely in your hand. As you can see, kind of worked heavily into the rim again. I say heavily. Medium heavily. Medium. And back to the moss green for this one. So from the RAL, from the website where you can order the RAL colours, I've ordered about 3 greens to see if one will somewhat match this moss green. I've got my fingers crossed, but my hopes are low. This is quite a unique colour. Although they do say that they might colour match, so I might have to cast a sample for them and see if they can work from that. You never know. You never know. All right. That's it for this week. I will be back for next week. it's a normal pipe making week. Although I'm making my notes for next week are crazy pipe. I have an interesting customer who likes to just have the next crazy pipe I have in my brain. So even I don't know what that's going to be just yet. I'll be as surprised as the rest of you. All right. That's it from me. So till next week, take it very easy. Your loyal pipe maker.